And we've also got a situation, and I was certainly the recipient of it, and I am happy to share the many, my telephone log and the emails that I got from parents that were staggeringly ill-informed and thought that GSAs were in schools to perform various sexual acts on children, to train them for pedophiles. It's just a staggering, shocking, appalling lack of information, and that was being perpetuated across this province. And that's what they thought GSAs were, and that's why they campaigned so hard with my colleagues opposite to get them stopped. When I tried to read my bill to them, no, they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear that sexual orientation and gender identity is genetic, and there's nothing folks can do about it. That's why kids need peer support groups, so they can figure out how to deal with this. But no, we had influence from a group of people that A, didn't want to read the bill, and 2, insisted on perpetrating. I don't even know how to describe it. I've never read anything like that. It was disturbing, frankly, that people could be that far wrong on what was trying to be done here. I didn't start out with Bill 202 to do big things. I started out to do a couple of small things that were very meaningful to people, to make sure that sexual orientation was you could no longer discriminate against people based on that, particularly not in the school system. That kids would be able to access GSAs as part of all the other anti-bullying measures that were being offered, and specifically that they wouldn't be excluded from the anti-bullying measures that were being offered, which is what's happening now in the Catholic schools. They just won't offer it. They just include it in all. Oh, those kids under all, they're all taken care of. Well, if that was true, we wouldn't have kids that were out there trying to get GSAs established in their school. They would feel they'd been taken care of. No kid sets themselves out on that path and makes themselves a public spectacle because it's already there for them. It's not already there. They are not looking after them in anti-bullying clubs and anti-diversity clubs. They're not. And for a child that is questioning sexual orientation to go into an anti-diversity club and say, well, I'm here because I heard this is where I could talk to people about sexual orientation, and then find out that's not what that club's for, it's for racial anti-discrimination or disabled anti-discrimination, that kid just outed themselves in the school. And for that, they're going to at least get beat up in the parking lot, if not much, much, much worse. So this is not, it was a small thing I was trying to do, but it had an immense effect on people's lives. And I'm really upset to see what's happened with it. I'm upset to see the amount of foul thinking that is out there about a group of people that move among us in our society. These extending a human right to one person or group of people does not take rights away from someone else. It doesn't. So, are we protecting people from being discriminated against on the basis of sexual orientation under Bill 10? No. Are we protecting children who are at risk? No. Are we protecting children that are asking for GSAs to be available, to be accommodated for them? No.